real quickly, if you've been watching all this week, you already know where we're at right now, which is a female student stumbled upon and discovered a male student in the girls' restroom masturbating. And this has shocked quite a few people, including the parents and a lot of you and me out there. But for some, it just felt like they were just sort of nonchalant about it. We showed you the email yesterday where a school administrator acknowledged that this boy was part of a gender support plan, and that they get to choose whatever bathroom they wish to go into. I don't know if the gender support plan encourages that kind of behavior once you go into the bathroom, into those restrooms, but that's what happened. And so we were very curious about what is this whole gender support plan. And so I want to walk you through an actual document. I don't know how current this is. I don't know if this is the document that they have now. This document was uncovered in 2023 by Anna Miller when she was working with the Idaho Freedom Foundation and doing a huge expose on what was going on in our public schools. It's fantastic work. Anna Miller she basically laid the foundation for everything that we need to use in order to find out what the heck is going on in our schools. So I want to walk you through this gender support plan. Go ahead and bring it up full screen there so people can kind of watch us walk as we go through here. This again, it's got the Boise stamp at the top here. This is called the gender support plan. And I guess when a student is ready to find support for their gender identity, they go to the school administrator, or maybe the school administration asks the child. I'm not quite sure how this goes yet. I do have emails out there trying to get answers on this. But as you can say here, this starts off right away. Student's preferred name goes right at the top. Their preferred name and their legal name. You can see that right up there. So if you're Danny McBride and you want to be Danielle McBride, then you can swap it that way, right? You put in your student's gender and their assigned sex at birth, what grade they're in, their date of birth, and their parent or guardian's name. Now I love that they acknowledge that this child has a parent or guardian. And then the very next question, if you see below, is the guardian of the student aware of the student's wish to implement a gender support plan, or is the guardian supportive? Oh, and is the guardian supportive of the student's wish to implement a gender support plan? So right away, we're trying to figure out if the parents are on board and how far they are on board. I'm going to say this right up front. I'm still trying to figure out is if this document gets shared with the parent automatically, or if this is something that is withheld from the parent. We don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. But let's look at the next section here. Would they ask about student safety? And these are, who will be the student's, quote, go-to adult on campus? Who will be the student's go-to adult on campus? Does the student feel that regular one-on-one check-ins are necessary? And if so, who will provide this support? If this person is not available, who should the student go to? Who should the student do? So this thing's not even like grammatically correct. So this is a poor job of framing this official document, right? Next question. What are the expectations in the event the student is feeling unsafe, and how will the student signal need for help? Folks, if you've got kids in public school, is this part of the intake form when you send your kids to school? Do all students get a go-to adult on campus? Do they take care of you? Like, for instance, let's say you have a daughter and you're sending them to public school, if they encounter, a boy in the bathroom masturbating, do they have a go-to adult? Is that if you're a parent, give us a call. The number scrolls down below. Put it in the chat. Do your kids have a go-to adult? Let's go further down here. Name and student records. This is where we start just like collecting the things that they want to go by, right? What is the name and gender marker currently in the student information system? How is the student currently identified? Now, We need to know what the name they want to be called. What are their pronouns? What name and gender marker does the student and parent want reflected in the student information system? Can preferred pronouns be noted on the student information system? What do we want their name on the high school diploma to be? Right? Now, then there's this note. When you apply for colleges, most colleges and universities require legal names on your transcripts. So even though in the school you can change your name to whatever you want to be, you got to make sure that corresponds with your legal name, because when you start applying for colleges, they require your legal name. What a mess. What a mess they're created. Here's another question right below that disclaimer. The use of facilities. Student will use the following restroom on campus, meaning girls or boys. Student will use the following locker rooms on campus, boys or girls. Well, I don't know why they're separated. Do you get to use the girls' restroom but want to use the boys' locker room? Do you get to use the boys' restroom and get to use the girls' locker room? What kind of, and again, is this on the intake form when you send your kid to a public school? If they're not on a gender support plan, is there another plan? And then it goes on throughout. There's also confidentiality, privacy disclosures. How much of this information about the student's gender will be public or private? Is the student only a private gender identity person, or are they going to be public? There's a section here. Student will not be openly out, but some students are aware of the student's gender. So specify the students. Now you have to name out other students who have affirmed this person's identity. Folks, what is this? This is what they're wasting their time on at the Boise High School and Boise School District. This is what they're wasting their time on. Is this our tax dollars? Is this what we want? Is this what we want happening? Where did this come from? Well, we told you earlier this week about a larger organization based out of California, Berkeley, no less, genderspectrum.org. And they have their version of a confidential gender support plan. Let's bring this up because this one looks a lot more put together, right? You got the box here. You got what school district are you in? You got your date, the pronouns, sex assigned at birth, the name the students use, all the other people that are in this plan. Meeting participants. So apparently this happens at a meeting. So you're having a meeting, right? Look at the parental involvement here. This is what it's on the form. Is the guardian aware of the student's gender status? Yes or no? And then the support level. Do they have zero support or do they have high support? Or somewhere in the middle? And if the support is low, what considerations must be accounted for in implementing this plan? What does that mean? What considerations? Like, we have to keep it a secret? Folks, this is what we're dealing with. And this is happening in Idaho. I keep hearing, this isn't happening in Idaho. Go back to the other form. The other form is stamped with the Boise logo, the Boise School District logo, right there at the top. There it is. And we have the email where the administrator at the school says, right there, the students who are on a gender support plan. It's capitalized. This is a known thing. Folks, I emailed this person who wrote that. I asked him about a series of questions, and I asked them to reply to me by the end of the day today, by the end of the week today. So we'll see if we'll get that reply. We'll let you know next week. Because if we don't get a reply, then everybody has to know who this person is that works there. So we can all start asking him the question. Because maybe then we'll get some answers. It's disturbing, folks. It's disturbing. Don't let them tell you it's not happening, because it's happening. And then these are the consequences. That poor girl, these poor students. You have an administration, you have teachers who don't care about these girls. They don't care. They care more about bowing down to some woke ideology than taking care of these girls and protecting them. They didn't ask for this. These girls they just want to go to school. They just want to get an education. They just want to partake in some extracurricular activity like a band or sports. And they want to move on with their life. They don't want to be accosted in a bathroom. They don't want to be subjected to this stuff. It ruins their life. It ruins their life because you as an administrator and as a sicko teacher act this way. I'm telling you, people, you need to step up. I keep seeing articles in the news about how there's going to be a walkout because of the new Trump immigration law, or there's going to be a protest at a school because somebody's feelings got hurt because they had to take down a flag. Where are you? I don't live down there, but where are you? Why aren't you in front of these schools? It's disgusting. All right, folks, sorry to end a Friday on that, but that's where you got to be. You got a whole weekend to think through it. Yeah. All right, we had some other clips and things to go to, but I don't know how to segue out of this, so we'll just end it there. Folks, it's really upsetting. It's really upsetting because I swear to God, if this was my daughter, if this was my child that this happened to, holy cow. I mean, I'm trying, folks. I'm trying. We do these things to bring awareness because the news doesn't talk about this. Why isn't this in the news? We're trying to cut through the noise here. We're trying to point where the attention needs to be. And it needs to be on these issues. These are our girls. All right. Well, I thank you for joining us this week. It's been a hard week. We're going to have some more answers, hopefully. Well, hopefully we'll get some answers or at least some more direction to get going there. So, yeah. Leave us a voicemail. I want to hear your thoughts on this. I want to hear what your plans are. 208-402-4915. You can email me. You can send me a DM on Twitter or X @TrueMattEdwards. That's me. You can find me there.